Sovereignty, I gather today, is don't tell us what to do. We are running things in our own borders, and thank you very much. We don't need your advice. How useful is that concept today?
Well, it's really outdated. Sovereignty means rights, the rights of the countries. Today, sovereignty has to include duties as well. Now, you're beginning to see that debate changing. For instance, the responsibility to protect, which says a country cannot oppress its own population, that is really a variation on the traditional definition of sovereignty. Very interesting, the former U.S. Homeland Security Secretary, Michael Chertoff, essentially started off by defending that traditional definition, but suddenly realized that the Americans are going to contain terrorism. They're going to be able to have to impose duties on countries to contain terrorism. My view, you're going to have to impose duties on countries not to mess up everybody else's economy because they have really very poor bank regulation.
We are a target because of who we are and how we live, our society, our diversity, and our values. Values such as freedom, democracy, and the rule of law.
And unless you're prepared to do that, the G20 isn't going to be able to function. And in fact, the globalization isn't going to really be able to benefit.
Do you see an appetite out there to change the definition of sovereignty as we have traditionally come to know it?
It's a lot more there today than it was, let's say, before this financial crisis. I think the financial crisis is going to change a lot of people's minds.
Is the sovereignty of Canada going to fall apart if we standardize the jelly bean? Jelly beans. I call this enlightened sovereignty. Enlightened sovereignty, then, the natural extension of enlightened self-interest.
Enjoy.
It does not detract from national sovereignty. Nation states are clearly going to exercise their rights to regulate their financial system. But in a globalized economy, we are going to have to take global responsibilities, and there is going to have to be some semblance of global governance on these questions. It does not detract from national sovereignty. Jelly beans.
In fact, we're all going to have to give up a little bit of our sovereignty in order to make the world work.
I call this enlightened sovereignty.
Canada's sovereignty is violated.